This question comes up with the transcendental or presuppositional apologetics, and the transcendental argument is that, well, why can't we just presuppose any of the gods? Why can't that? And what we're going to show is that, again, this is set up as a necessary conditions for such and such. Now, so we can have a variety of transcendental arguments, whether that's and I like to put it in a modus ponens. If P, therefore Q, P, therefore Q. So you can plug into P whether, if logic exists, science exists, numbers exist, then this must exist, Q. Okay, Q then therefore stands as the necessary conditions for the possibility of P. Okay, well, what's satisfied? Can you just plug anything in for the necessary conditions?
No, that's a good point.
So, for example, ice skates are a necessary but not sufficient condition for ice skating. Now, somebody says, well, I just assume then the necessary condition of lollipops. It's like you're failing to grasp the argument that necessary conditions means you uniquely cannot get this set of affairs without the. And so what we can do with the transcendental argument is look at the contenders. What would satisfy the necessary conditions for the possibility of, could it be an absolutely divine simple essence? Could it be the deist God, right? Which remains unconnected to, in which case you're left in radical skepticism anyways. And so the argument that we'd make from the transcendental argument is that there are no contenders that satisfy the necessary conditions for the possibility of knowledge. And if you want to set up a disjunctive argument that it's either the orthodox revelation of God is three persons in the fullness of the apostolic deposit of faith, or it's the non-theistic, or it's the whatever you want to plug in for B. What we do then, in order to validate the modus ponens first premise, is that we make an argument from the impossibility of the contrary. It's either A or B. It's impossible that B because of a logical inconsistency or contradiction, therefore A. So if anybody ever wants to know, because I know that Matt Dillahunty had some philosophers on that, to their credit, were somewhat sophisticated, and they wanted the argument in a deductive argument. Now, again, there's two ways that you can go with this. You could say, well, we're doing meta logic here. What is, when you ask, what's the proof for God, we're asking, what is the proof for proof? If you say you have no reason for God, we're saying you have no God for reason. So we're making a meta claim here in which, well, how did deductive, first things first, why do deductive arguments even work?
Yeah. Okay.
So in one sense, you don't need to put in a deductive argument for the argument to work. Now, people get upset with that, right? Because they think, well, you have to.
It has to be, right?
No, you don't have to. But if you want me to, I can put it in, again, a modus ponens, and then to validate the first premise, put in a disjunctive syllogism by way of reductio ad absurdum and show that A is the only thing that satisfies.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah, that's
awesome answer.